Hi. In this presentation, I'll be talking to you about how to create an effective business website. It's a 6-part process to ensuring that your website is a money-making machine and not a waste of time and energy. Now, you may be wondering, why would a website be a waste of time and energy? The fact is, most businesses that have websites made don't actually take into account what their needs are and how the website actually plays into helping them achieve those needs and those goals. So without much further ado, I'd like to get right into it and tell you a bit more about how to make your website work for you. So a little bit about me. I like to have a bit of fun in presentations, so I'll throw in a few quotes that I personally love. I'm sure that you guys will appreciate them as well. So creativity, which is what it is when you start doing websites and start doing design-oriented stuff. We are being creative. But to be effective in what you're creating, it needs to be intelligent design, intelligent in the way it helps you achieve your goals. So one of my favorite quotes is by Albert Einstein, which is creativity is intelligence having fun. So this 6-part process involves a few very clear things. So you need to start with why, clear communication of what you do. Your website needs to inspire action. It needs to have a solid technology stack. You need to pull it all together and get eyeballs to your website. So I'll go into depth with each of those ones as we go through this presentation, but I just want to give you an overview of what we'll be covering. All of them are important. You can't have one without the other. It is all a cohesive process to make sure your website helps you achieve your goals. So start with why. Before you put pen to paper, before you put pixels to screen, whatever you want to call it, you need to know why you're building your website. Is it purely a brochure site that people who already know who you are can go check you out and just verify for themselves who you are? Is it where people have their first contact with you? What is the purpose of the website? Is it to make sales? Is the website itself acting as a sales tool? Does people make purchases of the website? So once you know why you're creating a website, so it could be literally just to show people who already know who you are, that's fine. That's your why. If it's to get people to make a purchase decision, you need to have that as part of your process. Or it could even be just collect leads on your website. So that first contact is your website, which people become a lead, and then they'll come into your sales process, whether you either call them up with yourself or your sales team and start the sales conversation that way. So once you know why you're doing a website, you need to know where you want to go. So you can have the greatest tools in the world, but without knowing where you want to go, you'll never get there. So that's something a mentor of mine once told me, that it's all good and well that you've got all the tools, you've got all the technology, all this amazing stuff, but if you don't know where you want to go on the map, you're never going to get there. You'll go around in circles all day. And you also need to know what would make you consider your website to be successful now and in the future. And that's ideally something you can measure. So if success to you is getting more leads in your website, that's what you should be aiming to have as a metric that you measure. So everything in your site should be created to achieve that goal. If your website's purely about making a sale, it should be directed towards making that sale of whatever product or service you're selling. And obviously you need to take it whichever is the most easiest path to that sale, whether it's having them become a lead initially or having them become straight purchase of the website, which will depend on your price points, depend on the traffic and the quality of people that are coming there, which ultimately comes down to where you get traffic from. So the next point is clear communication of what you do. If people come onto your website, they've got no idea what you do, it's confusing, they're going to leave. It's as simple as that. No one sticks around a website that isn't clear. So when people arrive on your site, is it immediately apparent to them what you do, who you do it for, and why they should care? So grab their attention, nice, strong headline, nice images that match up with their expectations of why they went to that website, and just help them achieve what they want to achieve. So example, if you're a personal trainer that helps overweight people, you need to clarify, I help women, I help people lose I help people lose weight quickly and effectively. Sign up for a free trial below. Simple, it's to the point, and then show images of them that show them what they can achieve and show them other people have achieved it as well. So testimonials, fitness websites you can do before and afters. You can't run Facebook traffic to that because of Facebook's terms of service, which I'll explain in another video. But on your main website, that's perfectly fine. You can show them that, hey, this is my client Jenny, and she has lost 20 kilos, and this is her story. So ideally, you can show videos these days, because videos is the perfect way for people to see that what you're showing them is a real person, it's a real story. So as I was saying before, you need to make sure that your website is clear and people know exactly what you do. So there's an old saying that goes, a confused prospect never buys. So if people are confused about what you do and who you do it for, they're not going to buy from you. They don't know what you're offering. They don't know who you're offering it for. They just don't get it. And in order for a prospect to make a buying decision, two things must first occur. They must have a clear understanding of what it is that you do, and a 4-letter word. So that's trust. As I was saying before, you build trust by showing them things like testimonials. You show them proof. You write content that allows them to get a feel for who you are and what you stand for. Those are all ways for them to build that trust and that relationship with you. One of the key points on a website is, it's another point that I was talking about before, is inspiring action. So great, you got the views to your website. It's awesome that they're all there and they're seeing through your site. But now that they're there, you need to give them direction. What action is it that you want them to take, and how should they take it? So going back to our fitness example, to claim a free session with us, enter your name and email in the form below. That's a clear direction of what they should do, and it gives them direction of what's the next step. So a lot of people get caught up with having the most pretty website, something that looks beautiful and doesn't actually achieve anything. So it's great to have great, beautiful design, but you also need to have it serving a purpose in your business. So if your design confuses people, if it doesn't tell them what you do, if it doesn't help you achieve your business objectives, it's useless. Scrap it. Get something better. So a guy named Thomas J. Watson said this: nothing happens in business until something gets sold. And that's something that all my marketing mentors, all my marketing, some of the best marketers in the world, people like Drayden Bird have told me. Nothing happens until it gets sold. So you need to make sure that your business is actually a business and commerce is happening, that you are trading people for your product and service and they're transacting with you for money. So now that you've got their attention, it's time to get them to take action. So like I said, it's a call to action. It's telling them to either pick up the phone, press the buy button, enter their number, do this next step. You need to give them direction. That's simple as that. Finally, if you're building a website, you need to have a good technology stack. What I mean by a technology stack is the platform your website is built on. Is it robust enough for you to get more traffic? Does it sustain the traffic you already have? Is it secure? Will you have problems with hackers? Will you have problems with speed? How can you fix that? Personally, I love guys like Liquid Web because their service is fantastic and it can scale to my needs. And I love using things like WordPress because it is very secure if done properly, and it can be customized to my needs and helps my customers and clients achieve their goals. So technology, something that Steve Jobs said is, obviously you know who Steve Jobs is, technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and you give them the tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. So like I said, the tools you use and things you use are great, but don't get too caught up in them. You can use ActiveCampaign, you can use Infusionsoft, you can use Aweber. It really doesn't matter. And honestly, as we progress, you'll get new tools coming in the marketplace. A lot of people have their favorites, but as long as it helps you achieve the goal that you want to achieve, it doesn't matter which one you use. So pulling it all together, you want to have a solid website that people can come to. They immediately understand who you are, what you do, and you need to know why you're in the business in the first place. You need to get them to build trust with you. They need to understand what you do, and finally, you need to get them to take action. So whether that be that purchase, whether that be getting in as a lead, whatever it is that your business purpose is with that website, you need to get them to take that action. Oftentimes, even website can actually be for existing customers, so they can get more information about what times you're open. So that's another audience for you to take into consideration when you're creating your site. So you have people who don't know who you are, you have people who know who you are and are still deciding whether they want to work with you. It's just you're feeding them more content, building that trust levels. We've got people who are already existing customers. You need to, or even stakeholders within your business, so employees, and they may need other aspects. So whether that's, say, tracking system or something for them to use, that's another consideration for your website. Finally, your website, like your business, is an ever-evolving organism and should be treated as such. So just because you build your website today doesn't mean that in a year's time you can't or shouldn't change it. As your business changes and as you add more products, services, or refine your messaging, your website should change to reflect that. So you want to keep that in mind, that you don't want to get stuck in something that doesn't allow you that flexibility to change. So does the person designing your website give you the option to help you maintain it? Is it easy for them to jump in and make those changes? How will you adapt to this in the future? So that's all things to be considered. I hope you guys have enjoyed this presentation. It's, like I said, it's short and sweet. I just make sure that you had something to know a bit more about websites before you get started. And if you do want to talk about having a website developed and designed for yourself, feel free to send me a message. My website is iamjossaguiar.com. That's iamjossaguiar.com. Or send me an email to joss@iamjossaguiar.com. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you are in the world, and I'll speak to you all very soon.